bringing you some delicious, awesome yoga to help you feel a little better in your body and your mind. So today we'll be really focusing on this beginner's flow. So it's kind of a dynamic flow, so we'll definitely be moving, not holding postures for too long, but we'll be focusing on postures that are really accessible to most everyone and most bodies. But that being said, if you're in a posture or you're doing a movement and just something doesn't feel right for you, listen to your body before you listen to me. Your body is very wise. If you're feeling, it's normal to feel discomfort in yoga, especially as we stretch out tight places in our body. But if you're feeling like a hot pain or a nerve pain, then just listen to that and maybe ease out of it, modify, or take child's pose. So that being said, we'll also need a strap today. So if you have a yoga strap, great. If you don't have a yoga strap, anything that is strap-like, so like a belt, a scarf, not like a tissue scarf that'll break, a nice strong scarf, or like even a bath towel that's decently long should be fine. All right, so if you have your strap, go ahead and put it to the side and we will get started. We're going to get started today in child's pose. So child's pose will also be the posture where if you're feeling overwhelmed or something just isn't working for you or you're feeling out of breath, you always have this option to return back to child's pose. All right, so to get into child's pose, we're going to come onto our hands and knees here. Bring the knees a little bit wide, toes touch, big toes to touch, and then we're going to sit back. So the hips come back, ideally kind of sitting down onto the heels here. Doesn't have to look the same. We all have different bodies. Hands stretch forward, fingers spread nice and wide on the mat, and forehead meets the mat. Because I have this mic, I won't be putting my forehead to the mat, but forehead comes to the mat. So here in this posture, go ahead and close down the eyes. Take a moment to meet the breath wherever it is today. So just taking a moment to notice if the breath feels smooth, if it's feeling a little choppy, if it feels like it's getting caught in the throat or the chest, or if you're breathing all the way down into the belly. So just noticing how the breath feels today before we start to influence it and change it. And then we're going to start to deepen the breath. So we're going to take some deep inhales into the belly through the nose. Deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, open mouth, making a whooshing sound. Inhaling through the nose. Deep exhale through the mouth. As we exhale, pulling the belly button in towards the spine, fully exhaling out. A few more times, deep inhale, deep exhale, and then go ahead and seal the lips and breathe in and out through the nose. While you're here, go ahead and rock the head back and forth, massaging the forehead on the mat. And then when you're ready, go ahead and blink the eyes open. We're going to come up to tabletop. So here in tabletop, we're nice and strong in the hands, so fingers are spread wide. Perfect world, our shoulders are over the wrists and our hips are over our knees. If you have any issues at all with your wrist and this just doesn't feel right for you, you can always bring the hands a little bit forward. That'll take some of that pressure off the wrist. Or you can make fists. That might give it a little more support. So just finding a variation that works for you here in tabletop. We're going to start to inhale, drop the belly. Heart comes forward, kind of pinching the shoulder blades back, and then look up, opening through the throat. Deep inhale here. And then on the exhale, we're going to start to round through the spine, press into the hands, chin comes into the chest. Inhale, we drop the belly, look up. Heart comes forward. On the next exhale, we round through the spine, tuck the chin. So we're going into cat-cows here. Inhaling, we drop the belly, look up. And then exhale, round through the spine, tuck the chin. So go ahead and keep moving. with these cat-cows. Really nice way to gently warm up through the spine. If you'd like to take some movement in the hips, kind of wagging the hips back and forth, go ahead and do so. And then we're going to find stillness. We're going to ground down through the left hand. Inhale, right arm comes high, pausing here for a moment, reaching high, high, high with the right hand. On the next exhale, we thread the needle so the right hand goes between the left hand and the left leg. We drop the right shoulder down, right ear comes to the mat. Option to stay here, option to reach the left hand forward, kind of stretching through that left armpit. All the while remembering to breathe, coming back to that ease of breath that you felt at the beginning of class. And then we're going to bring that left hand back in towards body, press down into it, right arm comes high. Go ahead and bring the right hand back to the mat. And then we're going to ground down through the right hand this time, left arm comes high, pausing here for a moment, reaching up. And then on the next exhale, threading the needle through the other side, so this time the left ear comes down. Option to stay here, option to reach the right hand forward. So stretching through the right armpit here, always breathing, especially if it feels like the breath is getting sticky. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the right hand back in, pressing down into the right hand, left arm comes high once again, and then next exhale, we come back to tabletop. All right, from here, we're going to take a moment to focus on the wrists, especially on our phones all day or when we're on our computer all day. Our wrists can get really tight and funky. So go ahead and start to find some circles here. And once again, if any of these just don't feel right for you, feel free to take child's pose. So we are finding circles here with the wrists, kind of warming up. Go ahead and switch directions. Okay, so option to stay here. If you stay here, all good. Option to bring the fingers out so that they are facing outwards. So this puts the hands at a different angle. You can do those circles again. Or maybe you try this and you're like, no, this isn't for me. No worries. Just stick with that first layer. All right, option to go a little deeper. We bring the fingers continuing to go outwards and then all the way facing us. From here, you can take circles, or maybe you just rock back and forth so we're stretching out the forearm area. All the while breathing, all the while being mindful and gentle with this really precious joint in our body. Whew. All right, and then go ahead and bring the hands all the way back to facing forward. And I'm going to face you now just so you get a better view of this next part. But what we're going to do here is we're going to stick our right leg out to the side. So everything the same, we're still in tabletop, just kicking that right leg out. We're going to take a moment here to ground through the outside edge of the right foot. And then we're going to take cat-cow. So inhaling, we drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, we drop the belly. And then exhale, round through. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Noticing that hip joint kind of moving around there, that ball and socket joint. Then go ahead and pause. We come up to a T with the hands. We're going to lean over to the left as far as we can go and then drop the left hand down. Right arm comes up and over, still grounding down with the outside edge of the right foot, finding a nice side body stretch here. Breathing here for 2. On 1, inhale, we come back through to center, and then we start reaching over to the right as far as we can go. And then go ahead and drop the right hand down, left arm comes up and over, diagonal. Nice side stretch. Whew. Breathing here. And then on the next inhale, we come back up to a T. Arms come back down to tabletop. We step the right foot back in. This time, the left foot comes out. All right. From here, we're grounding through the outside edge of the left foot. Inhale, we drop the belly, look up. Exhale, round through the spine. Go ahead and keep going with these funky cat-cows. Breath to movement. few more moments here. And then go ahead and find stillness. We're going to come up to a T once again. This time we move over to the right. And then drop the right hand down. Left hand comes up and over. Still grounding down through the left outside edge of the foot. Finding nice side body stretch. Whew. Next inhale, we come back up to a T. And then we come over to the left this time, dropping the left hand down. Right arm comes up and over, finding a side body stretch. These side body stretches are so nice when we've been sitting at a desk all day because we're kind of decompressing our spine, which when we sit all day gets very compressed, and that can be potentially very uncomfortable. So we're kind of going against that here. Go ahead and come back to center. Both hands come down, step the left foot back, and we're back in tabletop. All right, from here, we're going to find a downward facing dog. So go ahead and walk the hands a little bit forward. We're going to tuck the toes, lift the knees off the mat, and then we lift the hips towards the ceiling. And energetically, we're working to get our ankles or our heels to touch the mat. Go ahead and pedal out the feet here. Always remembering to breathe. Go ahead and find stillness, really pressing into the hands. The heart comes towards the quads. And then we're energetically reaching the front of the thighs towards the back of the thighs. So you should feel a nice stretch or an intense stretch in the back of the legs. Go ahead and inhale, look forward, bend the knees, baby steps to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we come all the way up to standing, both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Go ahead and grab your strap or your substitution for a strap. And we're going to grab the strap behind us so that the thumbs are facing each other here. Okay, so feet are about hips width distance apart. We're going to take a deep inhale here, finding a back bend, pinching the shoulder blades together, finding a little bit of tension on the strap. Next exhale, we fold forward. Arms come up overhead. Maybe the hands go past the head. The idea here is that we're opening across the heart, which relieves some tension in the upper back and the neck. It's hard to breathe this way. All right, so with each inhale, grounding down. With each exhale, maybe the hands float closer towards the head or past the head. Super gently bringing the weight into the toes. Head is heavy. Next inhale, we come all the way back up. Release the strap. Whew. And then go ahead and start to fold forward once again. We're going to grab the inner crooks of the elbows, hang heavy here. Kind of same idea. Head is heavy. You can shake the head, yes. Shake the head now. Bringing the weight into the toes. And then go ahead and gently release. We start to slowly roll all the way up, vertebrae by vertebrae. At the top, inhale, shoulders come up and back, nice and tall in mountain pose. All right, from here, we're going to inhale, right leg comes high, and then we're going to step the right foot back. So we're in this high lunge here. Go ahead and super gently drop the right knee down. And then we're going to interlace the fingers. If you have any sensitivity in that right knee, I should mention this as well. Go ahead and slip a towel under there, a blanket, something to add a little bit of cushion. Go ahead and interlace the fingers on top of the left thigh. And you can kind of option to stay here or option to pull the left thigh forwards and go a little deeper into this low lunge. So you should start to feel a stretch in the right psoas. Breathing here. Option to stay here, option to take a back bend. So we bring the hands behind the head, and with each inhale, the heart comes a little higher, and with each exhale, we sink a little deeper into the hips. Deep inhales, heart comes high, deep exhales, sinking down. And then when you're ready, go ahead and come back to center. So we're bringing more weight into that right knee. One hand comes to the front of the pelvis. One hand comes to the back. Bear with me. As we inhale, we're going to bring the front of the pelvis up. As we exhale, we lengthen the tailbone down. So we're finding a tilt, a posterior tilt in the pelvis here. And we should start to feel a stretch in the right quad. Inhaling, front of the pelvis comes up. Exhale, we lengthen the tailbone down. Kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. All right, go ahead and take a deep inhale. Both arms come up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes onto the mat right under the face. Left arm comes high. We're in this low lunge twist. Actively pressing through the right hand. Option to stay here, option for a bind. So bringing the left hand into the right hip crease. Opening across the chest. Inhale, left arm comes back up high. We're going to bring both hands to the mat, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, we fold forward. Go ahead and inhale, we come all the way back up, arms overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center in prayer. Deep inhales, deep exhales. All right, other side. We're going to inhale, both arms come up and over. Left leg follows. Ooh, hello. And then we're going to start to shoot the left leg back. So we're coming into a high crescent lunge. As gently as you can, we're bringing the left knee down. Always option to slip something under that left knee if it's a little sensitive. All right, from here we interlace the fingers on top of the right thigh. Maybe we use this for support. Maybe you pull the right thigh forward. Feeling a deeper stretch in the left psoas. Whew. So the hips, when we are either sitting all day, or I know a lot of us in quarantine are walking a lot, so our hips can hold a lot of tension. This can potentially create tension in the low back as we kind of pull at the muscles in the low back when the hips get tight. So stretching out those hips is always a really good idea. All right, from here, we're going to take a back bend. So go ahead and bring the hands behind the head. With each inhale, heart comes high. With each exhale, hips sink a little lower. Deep inhales, deep exhales. The back of the skull is pressing into the hands and vice versa. We're here for 2. On 1, back through to center. Coming nice and upright, bringing the weight into the left knee. One hand to the front of the pelvis, one hand to the back. On the inhales, we bring the front of the pelvis up. On the exhales, we lengthen the tailbone down. Getting nice and tall through the crown of the head, feeling a stretch in the left quad. Deep inhales, deep exhales. From here, go ahead and inhale, both arms come up overhead. Exhale, left hand comes down, right arm comes high. Breathing here. Low lunge twist. Option to stay here, option to take a bind. Bringing the right hand into the left hip crease behind the low back. Opening up more through the heart, kind of twisting the shoulders towards the right. Inhale, right arm comes back up overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down. We're going to tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step the left foot forward to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift, finding length through the spine. Exhale, we fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then from here, we're going to find our way to seated. So go ahead and take your time getting there. No rush. If you have your strap, or if you have a strap, you should probably have it nearby, just in case you need it for this next part. All right, we're going to bring the right sole of the foot into the left inner thigh. And then we're going to gently flex the toes towards our face. Go ahead and bring the left hand. We're going to bring it to the inside of the left leg. Right hand comes to the heart. Go ahead and start to let the left hand go down, down, down as far as it can go on the left leg. On the next inhale, heart reaches towards the sky. And then from this energy of kind of twisting open, right hand comes high overhead, reaching for the left toes. So once again, getting into that side stretch. Always option to push the right shoulder back to go a little bit deeper. We're here for 2. Whew. On 1. Inhale back to center. We're going to inhale, both arms come up overhead. Our shoulders are kind of squared over this left leg. Deep inhale. Exhale, we fold forward. Option to take that strap around the sole of the left foot and use it to bring the heart a little closer. So we're stretching the back of our legs here, and maybe our whole posterior chain even. If you inhale and find length through the spine and through the crown of the head, and then exhale, heart comes forward. We're moving in a way where we're almost stretching the entire posterior chain of the body. All right, remembering to breathe no matter how sticky or tight the breath gets, always letting it flow. We're here for 2. On 1, go ahead and gently release the strap. We're going to take a passive stretch here. Both arms come up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Palms come facing up. Head is heavy. Passive stretch. Go ahead and inhale, look forward. Walk the hands back in. Right hand comes behind you, anywhere behind you. Don't matter. Go ahead and inhale, left arm lifts and hips come up off the mat. Baby back bend here, gate pose. We're here for 2. On 1, coming all the way back down. One more time, same thing, left arm lifts, hips lift, coming back into gate pose. You can let the head be heavy here, open across the chest, and then gently come all the way back to center. Go ahead and switch out the legs, once again, keeping the strap nearby. This time, left sole of the foot comes into the right inner thigh. We're going to bring the right hand, the outside edge of the right hand, into the inside of the right foot. Left hand comes to the heart. Go ahead and start to slide the right hand down, 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 as far as you can go. And then inhale, heart comes high towards the ceiling. Left arm comes up, overhead, reaching towards the toes. Breathing here. Feeling that stretch in the left side body, always option to push the left shoulder back if you need a deeper stretch. All right, from here we're going to inhale back to center. Go ahead and grab your strap. Throw it around the sole of the right foot. We're going to inhale, finding length, and then exhale, hinging from the hips over the right thigh and the right leg. We're just here for a few moments. Inhaling, we find length, and then exhale, hinging forward. Go ahead and release the strap. Hands find the outsides of the right leg, palms facing up. Go ahead and let everything be heavy. Passive stretch here. Noticing if you feel it in any area that's a little different than the first stretch. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, we come all the way back. Left hand finds anywhere behind you. Inhale, we lift the hips. Right arm comes high, opening. And then exhale, we come back down. One last time. Inhale, arms come high, or right hand is high, opening across the chest, activating through the glutes. And then exhale, back to center. Go ahead and come back into an easy seated posture. Crisscross applesauce. Hands come to the knees, to the thighs, whatever feels good for you here. Go ahead and close down the eyes. Take a moment to sit nice and tall, finding length through the crown of the head. Noticing any difference from the beginning of class. Maybe your thoughts have changed, the mind's quieter, the body feels a little more relaxed. Go ahead and take a deep inhale through the nose, filling up. Exhale, open mouth, shoulders release down. One more time, deep inhale through the nose, filling up. And then exhale, open mouth, let it go. When you're ready, blink the eyes open. Namaste. Thank you for joining me here today at the Acorns campus. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.